We are live.
Do you think when someone finds hundreds of thousands of dollars in the wall of Joel Osteen's house, when they look at him, he just like points up, like, I've been telling you,
Jesus.
when you believe in Christ, this shit happens every day. I gotta tell you, I'm finding money in the walls all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. That guy that guy's the biggest scam in the world.
Fucking crook.
Definitely.
I don't know anything about it. I just saw a plumber was working on Joel Osteen's house and found like 350 grand in the walls and checks and shit.
Jesus.
And I guess this is after years ago there was a burglary at his church. Again, I've read headlines. I know nothing about this story, but they
Mhm.
were saying that like 600 grand was stolen from his church. So
And
they
it
think
was
it's just a fucking scheme.
ugh, how much money do you need, really?
Yeah, right.
That's a lot. Like, he what's he worth? Like, half a billion?
I should have gone to see him when we were in Houston.
Oh, that's right. He has an arena, right? His church
Missed opportunity. Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Well, a Christmas miracle.
I'd be more interested in the people attending.
Yeah, because they're just suckers.
They gotta all be, retired, I'd imagine.
You'd have to like to get that much to be selling out stadiums. It would have to be Christ himself.
No kidding.
It seems like why? What's so special about this one guy?
I don't know. And he
Anyways,
does, like, all the normal shit, right? Like, "God is good, give me money so I can afford this stadium."
be great if he was. He's like, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Church has been scamming you for years. I'm like, oh,
That'd
this
be
guy's saying some interesting things.
I'd go to that.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome everybody to the Blind Mike project.
Mm.
You know what else I forgot to mention? I've been meaning to talk about this for weeks now, and I keep forgetting about it. Did I tell you I saw that King Richard movie, Will Smith's movie about the Williams sisters?
You mentioned it, like, in passing.
It is, boy, is it a piece of dog shit.
Really?
I mean, I cannot imagine this is a true story. First of all, the Williams sisters are producing it,
Mhm.
but my first question is, you have two very very successful black women,
Right.
top of their field, rise to prominence to the point where they've transcended tennis. Like the Williams sisters are, pop culture icons in a sport where that doesn't happen ever.
No.
Andre Agassi and fucking McEnroe, I guess. Like there's rare exceptions.
Pete Sampras,
Yeah, and even that is not they're not as popular as the Williams sisters, I don't think.
Rafael Nadal,
So
probably
you
is.
have that story, and they go, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what about the guy that raised them? We're more interested in him.
Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't a documentary, it was an actual movie.
And it was, I would say it's obviously biased, but that's not fair because they don't make the guy look that good. They make him look like a shyster that got lucky. Like at every turn, Will Smith's character, Richard Williams, this Richard Williams guy is and they're financially strapped. They come I didn't know the Williams sisters were from Compton.
Yep.
And so Richard Williams finds a way to, finagle so that not one, but at different points in their lives, two of the greatest tennis coaches on the planet coach his daughters for free.
Mhm.
Like these guys work with Sampras, Agassi, McEnroe, Jennifer Capriati. Like they're the best of the best. And Richard Williams negotiates so that for free, they just coach his daughters. And then the second guy is such a sucker that he moves the entire family down to Florida, gets him a house, gets him a car, everything they need. He pays for everything just for like 15% of future earnings. And Richard Williams still fucks with this guy. They're like, hey, he's like, hey man, like we got to get these girls back in tournament play. And he's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. And they're like, God damn it. Come on, mate. You're really fucking us here. Like everyone does this. And he's like, yeah, No.
Moral of the story, though, if you look at him, you look at Earl Woods. If your kid shows any interest in a sport, beat the shit out of them until they're good at it.
No, well, that's the other interesting thing is they didn't have. He's not a bad guy in the movie, which I wonder about.
Got to
Because I
be.
feel like you got to be to produce like robots like that as athletes. There's got to be a little,
Or to
back of the hand,
convince,
something.
or to convince top tier coaches to do it for free.
Yeah, who knows what the fuck he's doing. Now, I will say the second guy got 15% of future earnings, so he was at least a good negotiator.
Jesus, that
But
that
then, like,
tough.
there's a point where they get offered. I think like Adidas offers Venus Williams millions of dollars, and Richard Williams again is like, "No, we decline." And the guy is like, "You motherfucker." They did throw a good line in there though. Like they were arguing in front of the house, and the coach is walking away. He goes, "Nice house, by the way. Who paid for that?" And I was like, "I want a movie about this guy,
Yeah, no shit.
Richard Williams, the luckiest man in America." Even like the wife in the movie is like, "Richard, why are you doing this shit without telling me? Like, what's wrong with you?"
Does the mom play a factor at all?
Very minimal.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Well, it's always the case, isn't it?
yeah. So that's my beef with King Richard. It seems like a bit of a fantasy tale. Oh, and then it ends with essentially a tennis match in its entirety.
Ugh.
It's 2.5 hours long. Like the last half hour is Venus Williams versus the number one player in the world at that time.
See, that's like the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. Why the
It's
fuck
like,
did you make it?
but not only that, this doesn't need to be as long as The Godfather. you
Oh
know,
no, really?
the life of Richard Williams is not as necessary as the rise of Michael Corleone.
Was it really like 3 hours?
It was 2.5, which
Ugh.
is very long for that kind of a movie.
I think Godfather was 2:45, so it's not far off.
Yeah, but that's my skewering of King Richard.
Seems
And I
terrible.
want to talk about another piece of entertainment in a moment. But first of all, did we talk about Cullinane's review of Quantum Week at all?
Briefly, we said
Was that on air? Or no, I forget.
yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay. Well, I won't crucify him again, but it did make so Cullinane's big problem. Our boys at two tours are back. I almost did it again. I'm
Two
rusty.
roads. Two ro-
Our guys at twotours.com are back. And after I guess the Quantum Week guys did a live read at their live show for Two Tours.
That's why it came out on the free feed.
And Cullinane was like, why? Why are they doing this ad read? I was like, I don't know. They probably got sponsored by Two Tours. What is the problem with that? I don't understand it. It's very strange.
I like how upset he gets.
But anyways, all of that to say that our guys at twotours.com are back. Use code Mike, that's my name, Mike, at checkout to save 15% now for this holiday season and free shipping. 15% and free shipping. You're getting these things for basically nothing. And they got a bunch of new stuff now as well. They got the candy bars, cereal bars, moon rocks, which they're sending me. So I'll give you a full report on that. A bunch of new stuff as well as the old staples. Flour, the gummies, the cartridges, all of that at twotours.com. And if you're wondering, Mike, how can they send us weed? How can they ship it to us? It doesn't make any sense. It's not federally legalized. Oh, stop right there, my friend. Federally legalized hemp is what they use at twotours.com. So they can ship it anywhere in this great nation. They're out of Middle Tennessee. So if you're in the area, stop by their retail location. But for most of us, make sure you go to twotours.com. Use code Mike to save 15% and get free shipping. They're doing big things there at Two Tours also. They got they built a research lab right next to their location, and they're going to have a live stream at the end of the month of the project that they're working on. So I think they're doing some cool things down there at Two Tours. So support the people that support this show, for God's sake. Our boys at twotours.com, code Mike at checkout. Speaking of indulging in some cannabis product, Seth Rogen it's sad now because he's a guy in his 40s.
Mm.
And like to remind you he's cool now, he's still like, but I smoke weed now. I might be an old cornball, but remember, kids?
I don't get the benefit. Like, he has to see his career downward trajectory. And
I
it
don't think
probably
he cares. He's so established that he's never going to be broke,
right.
unless there's some sort of Madoff scheme or something. Like the guy's never going to go broke. He's always going to get work because he's, that's the hilarious thing about a lot of these celebrities is like, if you want to talk about white privilege or just privilege in general, whatever that is, like Seth Rogen has that.
Mhm.
He will never not get his movies made now because he's established,
He is a Jew, so he's got something.
Oh, don't, you white supremacist fuck. I won't allow that on my program.
Right, right.
You are a white supremacist now for that statement. With no exaggeration. Apparently, that's all it takes.
I know.
So bring up with Seth Rogen. Apparently, Seth Rogen has a new show on HBO Max called Santa Inc. or Santa Incorporated.
Oh, that's not a movie?
I believe it's a show.
Oh god.
I have not watched it. I have watched the trailer, which we'll get to.
So
Which
this is
Craig loves.
like I said, I watched 10 seconds and said
Craig said it looked like a 5-star program, so we'll get to that.
not what I said. So his
He's so
tweet
playful, this guy.
his his tweet is in response to getting 2% from the audience on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which, hey, we'll watch the trailer. Clearly, they're lying. They are liars.
Seth Rogen tweets out, "We really pissed off tens of thousands of white supremacists with our new show, Santa Inc., which is now available on HBO Max. Please read the responses to this tweet for confirmation."
Yeah, and I guess he's been tweeting stuff like that. Like when he dropped the trailer, he's like, well, the trailer did what it was meant to do. Pissed off white supremacists.
There's a lot of Minifans in the response, by the way.
Oh, really?
Kirk's Hot Chocolate. Why does he think white supremacists in particular are mad about this? I don't.
Exactly. That's the perfect response. Because, so it's an interesting point because my first thought was clearly this is a movie about race, which I guess it kind of is.
Did you watch it yet?
No. I just based on the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
They give away a lot in the trailer.
Okay, my favorite.
So based on the trailer, and I could be wrong. Maybe the trailer was poorly edited, but it seems like it is kind of about race, which makes the casting choices very bizarre to me. So let's give the old trailer a watch and see what all these white supremacists are so mad about. Because if you don't like a Seth Rogen movie, clearly, if you didn't like The Guilt Trip with Barbara Streisand and Seth Rogen, clearly you're a white supremacist.
Let me know if this echoes. I've been trying to fix it.
When you're a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day, and that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day. So let's get these fucking kids some fucking presents!
May I present the hardest working man in Snowbiz? Good golly, he's jolly.
Pause for a second. You said you only watched like this much?
I didn't get this far.
So what about the early part of this trailer made you say, I would like this?
No, it was more along the lines of an adult take on a Christmas story.
Bring it back to the beginning. And I want to, before we get into the Seth Rogen angle of this, I want to dissect what Craig loved so much about this trailer.
Never said loved.
Bring it back to the beginning. Mind you, before the show, Craig told me it looked like the greatest thing he'd ever laid eyes on.
No.
He said, boy, this Christmas has already been made magical. Hold on. Pause.
When you're a kid, there's only one.
Craig said Christmas came early. So did old Craigie.
When
he saw this trailer. Now let's restart, please.
When you're a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day,
Pause. So now Craig in his feety pajamas is saying, I know what she means.
I'm going, wow, the quality of this is great.
She's talking about Christmas.
Isn't this lady a Jew?
It is a special day. And, okay, so now we'll get into the Seth Rogen part. Because Craig brings up an interesting point. Yes, Sarah Silverman is Jewish, which, frankly, I don't care about. The movie could be all Jews, a Christmas movie. Who could possibly give a shit about that? However, Sarah Silverman, very recently, could you type this in, Craig? And I'm not leading you astray.
In Google?
Type in Sarah Silverman Jew face.
We've talked about this.
I believe we talked about this, yeah. So, Sarah Silverman, and this is like 2 months ago, said her big complaint in Hollywood was that non-Jewish women are playing Jewish characters. It was a big issue in the world of Sarah Silverman. Her life has been really affected by it because she hasn't gotten work for 30 years. Sarah Silverman hasn't been famous for 30 fucking years.
Here is what she said.
Okay.
There's this long tradition of non-Jews playing Jews, and not just playing people who happen to be Jewish, but people whose Jewishness is their whole being. One could argue, for instance, that a Gentile, in parentheses, a non-Jew, playing Joan Rivers correctly would be doing what they're actually doing is called Jew face.
Right. So I don't care that Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman are starring in a Christmas movie, but it seems like Sarah Silverman kind of does.
Who gives a fuck what anyone is? It's called acting.
It's acting. That's the reason it's acting.
It is acting.
Fucking, Tom Hanks isn't a war veteran, to my knowledge.
Although he played a great one.
Yes. The only hero in that family is Chet Hanks, I always say.
Chetana?
Oh, God.
Did you not see his kids, the Island Boys?
Yeah, right.
They performed live a week or so ago.
The Island Boys did?
Yeah. They went up like in the video with no music in the background and then got booed off stage. It was awesome.
Oh, those poor guys. Well, let's play it. Now I'll stop interrupting for a minute. Let's play this trailer. And Craig, try and shake the Christmas spirit off you for a moment.
Do you want me to tell you where I stopped watching?
Sure, yeah.
And that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day.
Still?
So let's get these fucking kids some fucking presents.
Oh, okay. Now I know what Drew. Hey, she said the F word. That's cool.
Well, exactly. I thought in my head, I'm like, all right, so that's where I stopped.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
So I was like, all right, I could see where this is going. They're like giving like kids dildos and shit. It could be funny. That's where I'm playing in my head. And then you told me it was something about race.
Yeah, they use potty language.
Yeah, body language. Imagine like a fucking Rudolph that just says the N-word. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, well, that would be fun, I guess.
That's what I thought.
I can't imagine the context of that being appropriate, but
exactly.
We're
already writing a better show.
Now it takes the trailer takes an interesting turn around this point. So let's see.
By the way, they want to make it racist. They show cops, and then the next thing is a black dude, and the like.
Well, I think that's the point, Craig.
It's fucking stupid.
This is, by the way, this is the audience for Seth Rogen's lack of subtlety. Is Craig? People like Craig question. Hey, wait a minute. This might be about the police. That's about as deep as this trailer gets.
Oh boy.
May I present the hardest working man in Snowbiz? Good golly, he's jolly. Our own Santa Claus.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Whoa.
See, it would be great. He's in the Snowbiz if Santa was like a coke dealer. That'd be a good show.
I guess I have. By the way, I will get to it in a minute, but I have cast a much better movie than this.
Okay.
I did it jokingly at first, and now I'm heavily invested. I think we've got a production company backing it, and we're moving forward with the project. But then we'll get to that after this.
You're on my naughty list.
Good news, sir. More American kids believe in you than they do in vaccines or the
Oh
Holocaust.
God.
That's great. I mean, disheartening for America, but great for us.
So this is a thing, and this is where like Ted Lasso season 2 lost me,
Mm.
where they have to wedge in these jokes that these characters would never say. Like you would never say. First of all, if you're gonna throw the vaccine thing in there, I think that's a little hacky. But fine, like send your message. But also, like then to bludgeon you over the head with lack of subtlety by saying, "Bad for America." Audience who might not understand that. It's like just by comparing not believing the vaccines to not believing the Holocaust, we understand your point of view. You don't have to then take a piece of plywood and just smack us in the face with it to say, this is a bad thought.
This is awful. Everything.
That's not the thing you should think.
You know what it made? This could have been one of the biggest things ever if it wasn't political at all. Just
Right.
make
Well, that's, I mean, I'll talk about that. Well, I'll just say, so I threw out on Twitter, I was like, instead of this political messaging, like your buddies with Craig Robinson, Seth Rogen, make him Santa. So now you have a black Santa.
right.
No political message at all. Don't even address that he's black. That's way more, powerful a message or trend breaking
Yeah.
to just have Craig Robinson play Santa, never mention it, and make a funny movie.
What would people leave instead of milk and cookies for that Santa?
No, we're not going to get into that.
Oh, it's an honest question.
No. I'm not going to. Thoughts are swirling around in my head of what would be left on the table, but I'm not going to say it.
I got some ideas.
I know you do, but we're making a point here. But and the other thing that Seth Rogen would do if he did that, if he just made Black Santa and I think I said Kevin Hart and Cat Williams would play the elves and we've got a funnier movie than this.
We call it Soul Slay.
It's not bad. And what that would do is actually expose people that are racist, because the people that would get mad at that movie would genuinely have prejudiced thoughts in their head. Like if you're getting mad at the race Santa is, if it genuinely makes you angry, that's actually like a racist thought to have. To be angry at the race of a fictional character is silly. However, to just say this movie sucks, how many people of color have we seen so far?
One.
And what was his job? Introducing Santa?
He was the hype man.
Okay, so boy, we're really breaking down barriers here.
I'm here from the North Pole Times. Have you decided who will succeed you as Santa Claus?
Subtext, Santa's old and knocking on death's door. Fuck you.
Good question. I'll give it some serious thought. Ha ha ho ho ho. Bye.
There have been many Santa Clauses throughout history. Some were loved, others loathed. But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Okay. All right.
Now, it's not that Santa's been one guy forever. It's the position of Santa. It's always been it's been a boys' club.
Have you? I got a question. Honest
Go
question.
ahead.
Going through a mall, have you ever seen a black Santa?
I have not.
Me either.
Do they exist?
Only usually as little figures in the homes of said people.
Oh, well, I have no problem with that. In
Me neither.
fact, well, so okay, now you kind of see where they're going, Craig, and you have not watched this.
No, I literally said when she said fucking presents, I went, oh, it's going to be an adult Christmas thing. I went, this
Okay.
could be okay.
So you heard, I believe that's Paul Rust, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't even know who that is. Did he get shot by Alec Baldwin?
He did not. He's the kid in that show Love, which I actually like, with Gillian Jacobs.
Haven't seen that either.
But
I have seen Community.
you just heard him say that Santa's primarily been a white man's game. So who would you guess? You don't have to give me a specific actor.
Yep.
But like, what kind of person would you assume is going to be the one vying for Santa's job?
It's probably going to be like a black woman.
You would think so, right?
Yeah.
Boy, are you wrong.
Oh, God.
Advice to you is, oh, if I die, get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa.
If this is your dream, you have to please make your
Holy fucking shit. Oh, my God.
So, and I'm not comparing this to any recent court verdicts, but the cries for racism are about a movie made and starring exclusively white people. And they're saying, oh, if you don't like this, you must be racist.
I do like that they pointed out that, like, this is only white people. And then they she's doing Catholic face to become Santa Claus.
So they are going to break down, because you know what? Really, the most oppressed group has been white women, particularly Catholic white women.
Rich movie star, comedian.
Yeah, or if you want to be real, Sarah Silverman, who's been rich for, at least 20 years. But she was on Seinfeld in the fucking 90s. She's been around forever. and so Seth Rogen, who's this magnanimous guy, he's doing a lot for the the voiceless. He's a voice for the voiceless. He decides to make Sarah Silverman his co-star in this, who's playing a white character, and that's who's going to take down this racist Santa operation.
I honestly did not see that coming.
I couldn't believe it.
It's unbelievable.
Let's keep playing.
case, bitch. You gotta get intimate with that jolly bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. Second black person acquired here.
Yeah,
it is a reindeer dressed, culturally appropriation-y.
Well, and it's not like they forgot to cast black women. Like, that sounds like, maybe I'm being prejudiced here. That sounds like the voice of a African American woman.
Yeah.
Why not make her the lead actress?
Why not make her Santa?
Why not make her the girl going for Santa instead of? I always felt Sarah Silverman hasn't had enough opportunities, but.
So now that Santa might be Jewish, what do the kids leave out instead of milk and cookies?
I feel like that's a less fun game.
Well, no, because it's a Catholic religion thing. So there's
challah bread.
I think it's gonna be like more like booby traps to get rid of them.
All right.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes, bitch, because it's empowering to call you bitch.
Wow.
Let's go over what we know. Santa and the board are all male.
You can also pause it whenever you find a laugh.
Oh, okay.
They play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Hold on, rewind. You can rewind that a bit. Again, the analogy is very subtle. And I said this about Sausage Party too.
Mm-hmm.
That
was okay.
It was fine, but like Sausage Party, I don't know if you caught this, was a metaphor for religion.
No.
And when I watched it, I was like, Seth, you don't need to literally parody religion to have that in the message, where you don't need to literally explain who you're attacking in your art. The point is so that the audience can interpret it that way.
Sausage Party would have been way better off as a short at like 25 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't need to be a full movie.
Once it kind of settled from them getting attacked and murdered, or just
you're like, oh, that's a funny idea. Now where does it go?
And now it's literally a hot dog trying to fuck a bun.
Yeah, right. We got it.
Yeah, we got it in
So rewind to that. I want to see Craig, because you're probably, as we pointed out at the beginning, you're probably this show's target audience.
I do enjoy that they're like, oh, this is hated by white supremacists everywhere. We're literally making the argument for the other side.
I'm trying to include more. Seth Rogen won't let me include as many people of color as I want.
We need a black Santa. How about
And I've got perfect casting for this movie.
instead of a black male, let's make it a female Jew.
Let's have Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman tell us how rough it is out there.
We could have met in the middle too and got like a black Israelite as Santa.
But let's not even go that far, Craig.
All white kids get coal.
Have an unfamous white woman.
They're all ugly.
Have a woman. What?
You ever watch black Israelite videos? They're brutal.
All right.
No.
You're never with me on the same page.
No, I'm saying because they think they are the original Jews, basically.
That's good to know. But anyway, my point is,
watch them. They sit on the side of the street and just rip.
I'll make sure to do that. All right.
Everyone. It's
You
so
need to go into your rants about black Israelites.
It's so funny. Watch them.
One of your patented rants.
It's not past.
But I'm saying, like, even if you want to cast a white woman, why just make it someone we don't know?
No shit.
Like, why does it need to be Sarah Silverman?
It's animated. It's not like it's going to take much.
Right, just give some other white woman an opportunity if that's so important to you. But let's see, Craig, because as I said, you're their target audience. I want to see if you can pick up on the very subtle metaphor here for who they're going after.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes, bitch, because it's empowering to call you bitch.
Let's go over what we know. Santa and the board are all male and all white. They play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Just so you know, the women of the North Pole make fun of one of your dicks. Have fun wondering whose it is.
Pause for a second. Who do you think? What do you think they're attacking there? It's very mysterious.
White male CEOs.
Boy, Craig, yet home run. Again, it was ever so subtle. I had to watch it 3 or 4 times to pick up on it. So you did much better than me. I wasn't able to crack the code.
My head's bleeding from being beaten over the head with it, actually.
They should have just said CEO. I mean, Santa Claus.
they like had a fucking board, like a like everything.
Waterboarding us with their metaphors.
Yeah, that too.
What I need to learn is how to bro out with these guys. You know, shoot the shit, do shots, shoot shots of shit.
She has ideas, but can she really be the face of Christmas?
I'll be named successor. Die.
Oh, hold on. There's a list of people's names that are in this. Read them.
Okay.
So Craig Robinson is in it.
Oh, good. Why give him the starring role though?
Yeah.
Make him, a background player.
Gordry, what I can't see because of the
not Gabri Sidibe, is it?
Oh yes. Sorry, the fucking subtitles are covering the top name, so I can't read it. Craig Robinson, Maria Bamford, love her.
I mean, is there a whiter woman than Maria Bamford?
There isn't. There really is not. Nicholas Braun, Joel Kim Booster.
Don't know who that is.
Sounds white. Leslie Grossman could go. I'm gonna go.
I don't. Who knows?
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna guess what that obviously is.
Wouldn't say white Jewish woman or man. That name can go either way, but
That's
definitely that team or tribe, whatever they call themselves. I forget.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't seem like a particularly diverse movie. Frankly, I don't know, because I don't remember white supremacists like protesting The Office.
No.
Or This Is the End. So I don't know why these white supremacists have such a problem with Craig Robinson having a minor role in this movie.
Why wouldn't he be the Santa? That would have been a way better show.
Why wouldn't he be the Santa?
Would have been a way better show.
So I said that. I was like, why not make Craig Robinson Santa? And then I thought of Kevin Hart and Cat Williams as elves.
I would have, yeah, that they can be elves, but his head elf needs to be Danny McBride because I love the two of them together.
That would be great. That would be great.
We're already making a better show. What the fuck?
We could have a fun little gag where Shaq is one of the elves. That'll be fun for the kids, you know?
Yeah, he's a 4'6" elf.
Yeah.
But that's wicked tall for them.
I said, I think you'll love my Mrs. Claus, Yamanika Saunders.
I don't know who that is.
In the role of a lifetime. You don't know her?
No.
She's a comedian. She hangs out with like the Legion of Skanks guys. She's actually playing on the Patrice roast. I mean, not the Patrice roast, the fundraiser.
Yeah, I read that list off. What a list.
But she's like, she's a black female comedian, and she was on the Legion of Skanks thing, the table read they did a few months ago.
Yeah,
and she played like the whole gag was that the show that the pilot that they wrote for Comedy Central wasn't funny, so they did a table read of it.
Yeah.
And the part that she played, like she made it funny. Like she actually took it seriously and was like a good actress in it.
I do know who this is. I just looked the picture. I've seen her before.
Yeah, I thought you would know. So her is Mrs. Claus, which is a great. That could be the role of a lifetime. That's this is an amazing cast so far. And then I said, in his comeback role, Alec Baldwin is the guy trying to ruin Christmas.
Exactly. He's a deer hunter.
Yeah, that's great.
He's just in the woods, like right near the runway, and he shoots them down. Every time they have to dodge his bullets.
Yeah. So this is, and we make this movie, no social messaging. You just have an entirely African-American cast. The bad guy is the white guy. Of course, Craig had to throw Danny McBride in there, missing what I was going for, but I like it. As a movie, I like it.
I knew what you were going for, but we're trying not to send a message. All black cast sends a message.
That's true. That's true. You got to mix it up. I like that.
Yeah, I'm cool with Alec Baldwin being the bad guy. Like I said, deer hunter. He doesn't even hold the gun. It shoots itself.
And either I'm willing to budge as far as maybe you have some very subtle message in the end. Like we come around to a point where you're like, oh, okay, I see what they were going for. I'm willing to allow that. But for the most part, you have no social messaging. And now the face of Christmas is Craig Robinson.
Everyone can get behind that.
I want this funded. But instead, we've got Seth Rogen making the whitest movie I've ever seen in my life. And when people say, well, this is dog shit, because instead of making a Christmas movie, you decided to scold us about vaccines and race relations. And he says, well, clearly, these people are white supremacists. Obviously, if you didn't like this masterpiece, you are a white supremacist.
Naturally.
You hate white people. I'm sorry, you only accept white people. And that's why you're skewering this movie with almost exclusively white people.
By the way, I just thought of the funniest thing. When South Park touches on the Alec Baldwin shooting, it's going to be so fucking funny.
Did they not in the Thanksgiving thing?
I have no idea. I haven't watched anything, but I just assume he's going to kill everyone working on his movie set. It'll be very funny.
Won't that be fun?
Is there any more to this, or is this just?
I don't remember. Let's play. I'm sure we get another doozy of a.
They got to end with a hammer of a joke.
Yeah.
Successor, die trying.
Merry Christmas, and to all a kick-ass night.
Ugh.
They got Craig back on board. He's like, oh, he said kick ass. I'm in.
Like I said, I wasn't necessarily a fan of the language. I was a fan that the language was there because I went, there could be so many things. Like we've listed.
So cool. Seth Rogen's so cool. He says, fuck.
He said pee.
I mean, it's so sad because Superbad is and will always be probably my favorite comedy movie.
It's up there.
It just hit me at the right time. I was in high school. I essentially was Evan in high school.
Yeah.
Like, it just hit me at the right time. And it's hilarious. And it has, like, kind of a touching ending because, like, that's what you're going through senior year of high school. You're leaving your buddies.
Yeah. You don't want to suck dick at fucking pussy.
That's right. So he's made so many of my favorite, like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Pineapple Express. I think This Is the End is the last good comedy I saw in theaters.
Yeah, probably. That movie doesn't get enough credit. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, it was very funny. And now this is what he's become. And again, like the last movie I saw with Seth Rogen was the one he did with Charlize Theron. And again, it's ever so subtle. I don't know what they were going for. Charlize Theron plays a woman running for president.
Yes.
And she faces some obstacles along the way.
Yeah, it's nothing like
I
having
don't know what they were trying to compare that to, but
you see how good their best option is at vice president right now. So let's make a movie about him being the one in charge.
Well, this was a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
This was before we knew.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. So Seth Rogen is, it's sad what he's become, but I think that's very funny. And we just made the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
It would be so good.
And these racist Hollywood fat cats won't do it.
We should try to make a script about something, see if we could sell it just for fun.
Yeah, that would be fun, not a giant undertaking.
But what if we sold it?
I suspect we wouldn't.
Well, maybe. Who knows? With
Well,
that attitude, we'll never know.
At least with this cast, we've got something. We don't even really need a script.
That's true.
What we do is I feel like we got to go to Kevin Hart because he's the one that could get this group together.
No, we got to go to every head executive and be like, that Seth Rogen idea? The skeleton could be okay, but his meat sucks. Here's the
that Seth Rogen idea? We're about to destroy it. Two racists are about to make the wokest movie ever without trying.
No,
only one racist on this show. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, Mike.
All right. Well, that's that. And the other thing, speaking of the woke community, you texted me the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe that fucking Keith Olbermann tweet.
Oh my God! Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to say,
I just texted you. I said, "Dude," and sent the link.
I was like, Jesus Christ! I like that the reaction from like everyone was not like, "Oh fuck Keith Olbermann." It was like, "What are you doing, man?
You okay?"
Like, we were shocked.
I had to read it like 12 times. I'm like, this can't be. I'm reading this wrong. There's no way this is what he's writing.
So we'll get to Keith Olbermann in a second. But first, I want to remind you about tutors.com. Support them because it helps this show out. It helps out a good company. So go to tutors.com, use promo code Mike. But also, if you're looking to spend some money, if you got some disposable income this holiday season, check out our merch as well. We got all kinds of new merch. If you want to support Craig gets a lot of guff on this program.
I do.
So if you're a fan of Craig's and you want to support Craig, all the money we get from the Madman shirt in the Teespring Blind Mike Project store goes directly to Craig. So if you're a Craig fan, go buy the Craig of the Month Club shirt.
Have you seen how many we sold so far?
No.
Guess.
0.
Yeah.
Well,
I will.
You got to take that. You take that as a critique and you build on it.
I'm not allowed to design my shirts. You're like, no, do this.
Oh no, I don't mean about the shirt. I'm saying that's what people are saying about you as a man.
Oh, okay. Remember, people, these are temporary. After December, you will not be able to get it again.
That's right. And then we got all the More on Money shirts, Gearhead. People seem to like the Gearhead logo.
They liked it a lot. Though, like I said, the white one looked tough, I think.
So check all that out in the store. We've got in our link tree, Blind Mike Project on Linktree. It's pinned all my social media, the show's social media. So
the More on Money zip up hoodies. If you're into More on Money, I know the crew is tiny but very loyal.
Yes,
they are awesome. The zip up hoodies are awesome.
Yeah, I like them. I like the way they came out. And the zip up hoodies, we got zip up hoodies. Why You Laughing in both Blind Mike Project logos as well. I like all of those. So check those out.
Yep.
All right, enough of that. But yeah, so Keith Olbermann, or I guess just start with the tweet that he sent. Just read that.
Oh boy. So Barstool Sports put out, I think it was Billy Football, put out an article on one of the kids shot in Michigan.
Mhm.
It's titled, "A high school football player rushed a school shooter and sacrificed his own life to save his classmates." Now,
Right. A very, I mean, in all honesty, a very sad story. Usually something Barstool wouldn't cover. I guess the idea that the kid, like, they are pretty good about, like, kind of celebrating hero type shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But, like, generally, it's not something that would be on Barstool because it's like a serious story. But
right,
they're paying tribute to this kid that sacrificed his life. Obviously, tremendously sad.
right.
Now, if you're Keith Olbermann, you see that, and apparently this is your, I hope, first thought, because if he thought this out, that's even worse. But this is something that he thought when he saw this story.
I'm gonna have to try to find it, but he had a follow-up.
Oh, I
Like,
know. I thought it was a response to that tweet.
no, there was a follow-up a couple hours later, but he tweeted about 4,800 dogs that are gonna die the
I
next
know.
day.
I went. It's wild. Go to
'Cause I
Keith
want
Olbermann's Twitter. It is a doozy.
'Cause I wanted to see the rate. Because if you click on a tweet, you cannot see how many comments there are. So I went to his page because I wanted to see the ratio that he was,
Yeah.
undertaking, and it had, like, 10,000 comments. I don't
So
know how.
I thought the follow up was a reply to this tweet.
No.
No, okay.
Nope, nope. You're talking about and also, like, another thing, that tweet or whatever it was
Yeah,
about this one? Yeah, no, that
yeah.
was a different one. I'll have to look for it.
Well, anyways, this was the main. This was the headliner.
Now remember, a high school football player rushed a school shooter and sacrificed his own life to save his classmates.
Terribly sad.
Terribly sad, awful, awful story, courageous act by said individual. Keith Olbermann quote tweets it and says, "This guy, this kid died to stop a school shooter whose mother echoed the Trumpist fascism of Stool Presidente and Barstool Sports."
I can't even imagine grasping at those straws.
How the fuck he comes with that conclusion is crazy.
You would have had to think, how do I tie this to Dave Portnoy?
I don't know what to tell him either. Most gun owners, not all, lean towards the right because that's the side protecting their gun rights.
Right, yeah, right, exactly. Well, whatever. But that's not even the argument that should be had.
No.
It's like there's not even, and if there was, who gives a fuck?
Mhm.
But there's nothing even tying this kid to Barstool Sports.
Zero. It was just
You know
like,
what I mean? There's no evidence that he even knows what the website is.
dude, so I ended up going back after all this because I could not get Keith Olbermann out of my head. I went back and watched his Afraid rant. Remember when he's talking about we went over this
Oh yeah, yeah.
when he's like, people who don't get the vaccine because they're vaccine hesitant, they're afraid.
Yeah.
I have grown such hate for this fucking guy.
He's
Before I
a
was like,
hateable character.
yeah, before I was like, man, this guy sucks. I actually genuinely hate this guy now.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. And again, you know, I guess it worked because I think his goal is to get all the responses he did.
I don't know. I
You
think
know, like even well, so the thing is, what's he gonna get fired from?
no, not that.
You know?
I think he was going for the liberal high fives and all that, and he did not.
Oh, so I think he got them from like his people.
I saw zero.
Right, but I don't know that we would.
Oh, like private text.
You know what I mean? Like when Alex Jones says Sandy Hook was crisis actors or whatever, the majority of like people online are going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But his circle is going to be like, "I agree with you."
Big Cat.
So I think like the Keith Olbermann circle is like spot on, Keith. Way to go.
Yeah. Big Cat responds with, "You're a loser, Keith. A loser." That got
Yeah, I gotta say, could have been a little better.
No, that coming from him, who's usually joking, and he's definitely not. It says more than like "fuck you." I
That's
think.
true, but it's not exactly biting commentary from the Big Cat.
I don't know. He doesn't talk like that ever, or very rarely.
Yeah.
When he talks like that, he's like, "I just want you to know I'm very serious, not haha, fuck you," like we're playing, like he does
Yeah.
a lot of the time. So I get 50,000 likes.
And a retweet from Blind Mike, which is worth its weight in gold.
And we've seen you do numbies without any of their help.
That's true, I guess. Yeah.
Just a minor. Blind Mike was there from
Old
Portnoy.
Mike out on the front lines defending them again.
For everything you and him have gone through, you're always first one there with his shield and
Always
cane.
on his side.
You're always there first and the loudest one.
Just waiting to be shit on. All right, give it to me again. My mouth's open.
I'm not a bad guy.
But so I also pointed this out on Twitter that let's pretend. And you don't even have to do like the equivalent if Portnoy said this about a liberal, whatever. If Portnoy said exactly that, you know what I mean? And change Barstool Sports to MSNBC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Fox News. Like, people would be outraged. People would use that against Portnoy and put it probably at the front of this list of Skinny Jeans and Sam Ponder and all that shit. Howitzer. Right in front of Howitzer would be he made fun of a kid that died in a school shooting.
Yeah.
Or not made fun of, but, disrespected him. Keith Olbermann says it and it's not a big deal.
No, Keith. You know what else I hate? His gigantic fucking glasses.
What I hate his look in general.
His glasses,
like a stone face.
If his glasses were a font, they would be bold because they're just they're very, very thick. But
also, what I hate about Keith Olbermann is like he can't decide what he is. Like whenever this project he's working on YouTube fails enough that he has to quit, he'll just like go back to ESPN and then be a sports guy that doesn't talk about politics. Keith Olbermann's had the weirdest career.
Mm-hmm.
Where he goes out and tries something, fails, comes back to ESPN with his tail between his legs. You forget he's there, and he leaves and does some news thing again, fails, comes back.
Right.
But yeah, he's a real hunk of shit, this Keith Olbermann.
I fucking hate him. I hope nope. I hope he gets coal for Christmas from Jew Santa.
There you go. Black Santa in our world.
In our world, it would be a black Santa Claus.
Yes. We would have Craig Robinson come to your house and give you a lump of coal, my friend.
I find it strange that Seth Rogen picked one of his own to be Santa Claus.
Picked himself to be Santa Claus.
No, but he's getting replaced by a white Jew.
Oh, well, right. Yeah, there's... I mean, again, the fact that they're Jewish, I don't think matters.
It does in the fact that the message they're trying to put out there is not the one they're portraying.
It's the most glaring example of hypocrisy that I almost think he's fucking with us.
You know what's going to be fucking funny, actually? Is we're like, oh, Craig Robinson should be Santa. I don't remember seeing or hearing him in the trailer.
Right.
Maybe him as a black Santa trainee or applicant comes out later on.
Oh, and he gets rejected.
Yeah, which would be even funnier and more to our point.
Yes. Well, but that would be some great social messaging.
You're not good enough.
It would teach us the struggle because that hasn't been portrayed in enough film.
No, it has not.
We haven't gotten the message. We need Hollywood to keep telling us because we didn't get it the first 8,000 times this year. So you said you got some stand-up?
Just not my stand-up, just the way I got introduced because it was such a train wreck.
Should we do that first, or should we do that the Ruthkanda tweet that you said you had?
Oh yeah, from Cameo Blind Mike. We can do that real quick.
Okay, I've not heard this one, so I'm very curious.
Let me share this puppy here.
Is it a good one?
It is great.
Oh really? I'm excited.
So
thank you, Cameo Blind Mike.
As we see here, it is a kid holding he is, how old is he? Fuck. Doesn't say, but he's got to be like 6 years old. Holding his vaccination card.
Okay.
This is a post on Reddit, it looks like. Yes, Reddit. My son got his second dose today. He put up a screaming fight over it because his father brainwashed him.
I'm hoping this is a divorced couple.
This next sentence is the moneymaker.
Okay.
But it's over, and Santa will bring him presents, and not just for his sister. So she was saying Santa won't come here if you don't get vaccinated. Santa did the trick.
Now he's allowed to get Christmas gifts.
He's also now allowed to go see grandma too. Sadly, he is such a little drama queen and has been crying for hours like a baby in
Jesus, he is a baby.
crying like a baby in his room, screaming about a big headache. Whatever, it's done.
A big headache. He's like, Mama, my face is melting.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. That was a great one. Thank you, Cameo Blind Mike.
Mama, a finger is growing out of my chest. Oh, stop your crying.
It's like he got hit with a brick. And
you big baby.
Where does that bother you?
Oh, well, I don't know how this is going to affect me 30 years later. I don't know the long-term impact of this thing. Hasn't really been fully tested.
He's crying like a baby.
Jesus, people are losing their minds. But I'll give her credit. I wouldn't say this parenting tactic works. Just talk to my therapist. But the using Santa negotiating tactic has been around. Has been a staple for years.
That's true.
My dad. If me and my brother were acting up as youths, we'd be in the back seat. If I do something to annoy my brother, or whatever, we start making a big fuss. My dad would roll down his window and yell, "Hey Santa, I guess Mike doesn't want any presents for Christmas." And I would roll down my window and yell, "Santa, he's lying."
No, so that is the correct way to use Santa, is to get kids to behave well. That was the whole point. Not put shit in your body you don't want.
Well, they're behaving. That's what the government has done to us. Why not do it to kids?
And then go, what a pussy.
Behave. Inject yourself with this.
You pussy.
Well, the lockdown is coming for us all. So never fear, folks.
Mm.
So you did stand-up the other night?
Last night.
Yes. So what is this? Set this up for us, because I don't know what this is either.
So this is just them bringing me on stage. They asked me, where can people find you? I said, the Blind Mike Project and Very Good Show. That's what I said.
No plug for Why You Laughing, I see, but
I mean, there's like 5. I'm on. That's so long, but it didn't matter. It did not matter because there was more comics at this show than audience members. There was 5 to 7 audience members. If I was
just an open mic.
It was not.
Oh, okay.
It was not. The headliner didn't draw, I guess.
Oh boy.
So I didn't know it was last night until Wednesday, because it was supposed to be on Wednesday, and I was like, "We still on for tonight?" And she's like, "No, actually, it's tomorrow."
It's funny you ask.
And I went, "Well, that's going to be good for getting people there."
Oh, geez, I didn't even think of that aspect. Yeah, they changed the date.
So I walk in and I'm looking around, and like there was comics that I've done stand up with like 5-6 years ago there, and I'm like, okay, that's good. And I'm looking around, and then I see 4 or 5 people that I don't recognize, and I go, that's it? Oh shit. So it was one of those nights. It was okay. It was tough. They were older too.
Okay.
But I just want you to know this could be picked apart for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh boy. All right. I wasn't expecting that.
I said you could see me at the Blind Mike Project and Very Good Show.
Okay.
That is it. So
here
we go.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor. Please, one moment.
I figure I'm just going to let this play, and then we'll talk about it after and play together.
Yeah, please.
as I look at my notes. Put your hands together, everyone, for the gentleman who created the Blind Mike Project.
Oh my
very
God.
good show, Chris Akone, everyone.
Oh, the amount of things wrong with that.
She remembers me so well, she had to read it.
You could have thrown in, that's not my name.
I didn't care. There was so few people there. I just didn't give a shit.
All right, well, let's take that from the top because I remember my first interaction with Craig.
Yeah.
I can't tell you exactly what I thought, and I'm not even going to say whether it was positive or negative. What I did not think is, wow, this guy's fun.
I used to do stand-up 4 or 5 times a week, dude. I was legit.
What a fun guy. Let's hear this horse shit again.
Did you catch the part I thought
I did.
Okay.
I will get there.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor.
Blown away. Whoa.
So when she says that, I am in the back by my camera going, can you not gas me up that much? I just told you I haven't done stand-up in 2 years.
You are going to shit your pants when you see how much fun this guy provides.
I was like, as soon as that happened,
You see that roof? Well, it's about to come off the motherfucker.
There's nothing worse than getting gassed up like that. Like me and my buddies would do shows and stuff, and so someone go up and then you bring the next guy up, one of those, there was no host really, and I would just make up credits for the next guy. I'd like, you may have seen him on Premium Blend, Comedy Central half hour, like all this shit, and then he goes up and he stinks, like one of those type of things.
This guy is Chris Farley, Don Rickles, and Dave Chappelle all in one.
Exactly.
Buckle up for laughter.
Exactly.
I like that she says, she goes, this guy is fun. You're gonna be. I met him. She's like Trump. I met him. I was blown away. I said, wow, this guy's fun.
She actually usually has great rooms, like fantastic rooms. I brought Mike Harris to do stand-up with her. This was the last time I did it a couple years ago. She had on a Thursday night 60 people in a fucking convention conference room in a not a conference room, it was like a hall. It was surprising how many people she drew. And then
I really feel bad for is the people listening to this program right now.
Yeah.
Thinking, boy, I've invested, now almost a full year of podcasting time into the Blind Mike Project. I've listened every week. I subscribe to patreon.com/Blind Mike. I listen to the shows there. And Craig must have saved up all his fun for the one meeting he had with this lady.
Hey, a lot of people.
He wasted all his fun on blowing the socks off this person.
A lot of people think I'm fun, damn it. I will say this is the most people that have been watching live, so I'm doing something right.
I was blown away.
Yeah, and she left her fucking she definitely, I know the next comic's name was Chris also. So I know like she probably got
mixed up the two.
I know she went to grab the notepad just to read Blind Mike Project and Very Good Show.
Yeah.
I don't know why she ad-libbed creator of Blind Mike Project.
Oh, I have some theories that I've been percolating in the old mind.
I'm gonna have to text her and tell her to take a picture of the card from last night. That is not what was written. I'll start.
But first, I want to just dissect how much fun this lady was having when she met you.
Mm-hmm.
Because play it again for some. There's something. Boy, we're really dealing in subtleties today. Something you may not even really notice if you're listening to this.
This is so funny though, because before I walked on stage, I go, "Mike's gonna love this."
Well, she gives this. What's her name?
Alana.
Wait a minute.
What?
I might know who this is.
What does the last name start with?
I can't remember. C?
Nope.
Alana. I genuinely can't remember, but we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
But so I wanna, because the listeners may have picked up on. It seems like this lady was having just so much fun that she lost her mind a little bit, because there's something ever so gentle that she does after she mentions how much fun she has.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor. Please, one moment.
Pause. She's having so much fun that she can't even finish her sentence without checking her notes.
I was not too pleased, standing there ready to go up. I was like, downplay me, please.
I'll tell you, I went to see the night after Thanksgiving. I went to see Joe List at the Providence Comedy Connection. I should say Joe List, or whatever his name was, because I was having so much fun that I didn't even bother to learn the guy's name. Someone had to tell me after. Oh yeah, that's Joe List. I said, oh, who cares? I'm too busy having fun.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor. Please, one moment.
You know what's never said in the midst of having fun? One moment, please. Never have I been keeled over laughing, holding my sides because they hurt so much from laughter. And then in the midst of that said, one moment, everybody, as I reference my notes. I'm trying to think of the people whose humor has blown me away over the years. As you know, from working with me on a program called Why Are You Laughing, that you apparently have forgotten about, I am a fan of, I'm a student of comedy, you could say. I'm a big fan.
How do you think that would have gone, adding that into that?
She never would have gotten that out.
Yeah, no. Why? They're like, hey, this guy's coming up is for Why You Laughing? Everyone's just like, all right, I'll stop.
By the way, I already see the trend. Like why this week's Why Are You Laughing with Patrice O'Neill? Rave reviews.
Reviews.
People have loved it. It's the best one yet, I think, and others have agreed.
Yeah.
But anyone that asks me about that show says, so how's Why Aren't You Laughing going? I have to correct them sheepishly.
Do you mean they were Laughables?
Yeah, great. No one knows the name of this fucking thing. How did I not know that when I named it gave it a 4-word title with a question mark at the end?
Right.
No one's gonna remember this.
It's always fun because every time we have to like promote the show by typing, it always looks like you're asking a question instead of saying a name. Of
yeah, right. Why are you laughing? But yeah, I'm a big comedy fan. Been to a ton of shows. Been to 4 skank fests. I've lived a life of comedy, and yet I can't remember. I'm trying to think of a time where I would describe myself as blown away by someone's humor. Like, it's a pretty even if I could pick one. Like, if I said the first time I saw Bill Burr live or something, I was blown away. It's still a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
And you said this lady books a lot of comedy shows.
Right.
So to be blown away, to find someone that blows you away, she has a very mild way of expressing how shocked she was by your comedy.
I think it was right there. She went, what was the name of the shows?
One moment. I've never heard. I mean, I guess I haven't been to a lot of like underground type comedy shows. I've never heard the host or the MC stop and say, this guy blew me away. One moment. I forget. No clue what his fucking name is.
You want to know what this show was like? One of the comics brought his son and bombed for 7 minutes in front of him. Really tough look. Another lady went up who looked like Matt from Very Good Show, but a blonde lady with tattoos on her hands. It goes on stage and the first thing she says is, "What's up, cum pigs?"
Good God.
Yeah. It was one of those nights.
Did you get a number for Matt? Because it sounds like you have a fun time with her.
Everyone's asking about the curtain in the background right now. You'll be able to see it later if you see it on if you watch this back. My camera's off to the side. There was a hard camera, I believe, that it only shows that.
Like every dick in that room when they hear how blown away they're going to be.
That's the thing, dude. There's nothing worse than getting gassed up like that before you go on stage, even when you've been doing it. Because they're like, well, this guy's going to kick my dick in the dirt. I can't wait.
I was actually it's funny you say that. I was just watching something for an episode of Why You Laughing. I was going through some shit, and someone's telling a story about Jerry Seinfeld. And I think it was Louis C.K. He opened for Jerry when he was like a kid. Like he was like 19 or something.
Yep.
And he said, this guy's like the best comedian in the world. Yeah, you're going to love him, Jerry Seinfeld. And he said, Jerry went on, like did his act. Everything was fine. And then the second he got off stage, Seinfeld like beelined right to Louis and said, don't you ever fucking do that. You don't call someone the best in the world.
It's the worst because it makes everyone's expectations go through the roof with my humor, and there's no recovering.
Right.
Especially when there's 4 fucking people there.
Yeah. So Alana's blown away. She can barely collect herself. So much that she forgot all her diligent notes.
Let's go. It's only a 30-second video, so we can keep starting over when we have to.
All right.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him.
How much fun?
Blown away by.
Whoa!
Please, one moment.
Whoa!
Put your hands together, everyone, for the gentleman who created the blind.
Now we've gotten to my real issue.
Show, Chris Koenig, everyone.
That's quite frankly, that's the only thing saving you. Is that she calls you Chris Akone. But if we could backtrack.
Started over.
Here I was. Boy, do I have egg on my face. I thought this whole little operation we got going was my idea.
Yeah.
I have a question. How did you come up with the idea to name it after me?
So that was the funniest thing too, is because I explained the show to her because she asked me questions and she goes like, Blind Mike, like, is it a person? Or is it like Blind Mike, like MIC and in a comedy show, like about comedy or something?
Oh, okay.
And I said, no, it's Blind Mike. He's a guy who started the show.
Right.
So now
maybe she thinks it's like I'm a character that you play.
Like Norton.
This is the Blind Mike show. Craig comes on with glasses and a stick.
What's that?
Oh, God. That would be sad if I realized I'm not a person. I'm just a Craig character.
Kirk 5K says Blind Mike is a way of life.
I don't exist. I'm just sort of I'm a theory.
Craig's the CEO of Blind Mike Project.
Oh, God, do I hate that. Owner, operator, founder of the Blind Mike Project. Listen, I don't have a lot that I own. But I like to think this was at least one of those things.
I might be the president. I'm down the rung, but I'm up there.
Jesus Christ.
It's just so funny. So when she says Chris Akone, I just went, oh my fucking God.
Does she think like, well, certainly a blind guy wouldn't be capable of creating a podcast. You must have held his hand through that process.
Right. That process was technically Justin.
I was going to say, even if you want to give him that credit, that's Justin.
That was Justin. I saw him yesterday.
Go listen to the Justin show.
Yeah, he came to my house to pick up that spicy chip that Matt did. And that's because the Hooters wings that he did last week were so not spicy. I said, well, here's guaranteed spice. So he came and got it.
So is that what the Justin show is going to be? He's going to eat spicy foods every week?
He's going to do, it seems like he's putting out like a podcast every Wednesday and then some sort of food challenge on Friday.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah, I think so. The Hooters one was just so bad because it wasn't spicy at all. So
Yeah.
it was just people watching him eat, and I go, well, you need something like this because it's gonna definitely suck.
All right, well that's good. Oh, did you catch episode 2? I have not listened yet.
I've listened to like the first 20 minutes.
How is it?
They talked about how much they hate people that exclusively eat ham on Thanksgiving.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that in my life.
People eating just ham?
Exclusively ham? Yeah, I've never heard of that in my life.
Yes, it is a rare bunch, but people do ham instead of turkey.
Yes, but exclusively ham would suggest none of the fixins.
Oh yeah, well that's definitely not. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
Or no.
See what a strange. I'm putting my foot down.
I guess I worded that wrong.
No stuffing. You can fuck off with the cranberry sauce. This is a ham only house.
Let's get back to Alana's list here.
Yes, please.
As I look at my notes, put your hands together, everyone, for the gentleman who created the Blind Mike project.
Oh, God.
Very good show. Chris Akone, everyone.
Chris Akone. The only thing, mind you, that she said with
She
confidence.
remembers me so well, she had to read it.
I
I
point
got a
out,
little chuckle.
I got a chuckle. I did okay.
Oh, good.
I did okay. Whoops. What did I hit here?
That woman had no confidence in anything she was saying until she said, well, this I am nailing. I don't know what he did or didn't create. I was certainly lying about the being blown away with fun. But this is going to be a home run. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Akone.
So I tweeted out yesterday in the middle of the day or whatever. I was like, all right, I'm doing stand-up tonight. 7-10 minutes is what it's looking like. And then I just wrote like, oh boy. And then a few hours later, I just wrote, welcome to the stage, Chris Akone. It went well.
Hey, no matter your thoughts on the vaccine or the Rittenhouse verdict, one thing we can all agree on is this man is named Chris Akone.
What's up, cum pigs? What if we?
By the way, I think Cum Pig should be the new name of the Very Good Show fans. Get rid of the VGB, the Cum Pigs.
Someone who is a gearhead. There's a certain word that Matt says a lot. It gets beeped a lot on our show.
Okay, sure.
So someone who actually listens, I don't know what his name is in this chat, but he messaged Matt and said, so are we starting the Matt blank army? So I think the MFA is going to be.
Oh, boy.
a thing.
That's good.
In this tonight or tomorrow, when's this? This is going to be the free one, I assume.
Yeah.
This week's show, Mike is off with mental time, so we have the reason for his mental time on the show.
Oh, good.
Killer is taking his place.
That's very funny.
So it might be the worst show ever, but it could be great. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
You think we can get through this in one watch, or is it going to be paused? Should we try it again?
I don't know. I think let's try it one more time.
Okay.
Let's see. I feel like I've gotten rid of all my anger, but maybe I got a little juice in the tank.
I was angry myself. It was so funny because I was like, it threw me off so much I forgot to do the fucking gabagool joke.
Oh God.
That was my whole plan, was to just be like, see, it's not funny. But how does Chris recover from this?
This will be, by the way, that MFA thing you just said.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be like if this show or Why Are You Laughing ever gets successful and I have any sort of success in the industry, it won't be something I say that takes me down. It'll be like, look at what he's associated with.
That could go for anybody.
He's given these guys a platform.
It'll never be spelled out or said. It's just MFA. People who know, they know. People who know, they know. We do have soft yellow shirts.
Oh, go for those.
They'll be out this week.
By the way, I understand it's Christmas and everything, so people are probably strapped for cash. So I appreciate anyone that supports a very good show and buys their merch. This show buys our merch, subscribes at patreon.com/blindmike, supports twotours.com. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Twotours.com is actually giving you a quality product that's worth your money.
Right.
So make sure you get that at the very least. Treat yourself to Two Tours. But I appreciate all of you that spend your hard-earned money. So I wanted to, quickly thank all of you, and make sure you have some blow yourself away with fun this holiday season.
Check out Average Nobodies, and if you want to start a podcast of your own, check out Vaulted Podcasts.
Yes, Matt from Rhode Island. I mean, I think he gets enough pub on the Justin show now, but
yeah, that's right. He's
a big star. He's leaving us.
He's leaving us.
Yeah,
for Justin.
But yeah, check out Vaulted Podcast as well. Now let's try to get through this one more time.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor. Please, one moment.
Can you give me an example of another intro? So you're she's really setting the stage. When are you going up in the lineup?
I took the bullet.
You're the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's even more bizarre because where does she go from here?
Exactly.
I shot myself in the temple with how much fun I was having.
She comes up to me after we have this conversation about how I haven't done stand-up since pre-COVID. And she goes, "Do you want to take the bullet for me?" And I went, "I guess so." Sure, if that's how you want to start your show.
I was having so much fun, I put a gun in my mouth and called my father. Here's your next comic.
I did. It was the first time in a long time too that I went up and just did all new stuff.
Oh, well, good.
Never, except like the first line I said, I've said before, but it's just a line just to see kind of how they're doing.
Yeah, win them over. Blow them away with fun.
Yeah, no, I grossed them out, I guess, because I got like a which is just as good as a laugh.
I want that to be your bomb sound, by the way.
Which is
No. When you throw something out here that I deem a bomb, or just when we're on two different pages and you throw out some Black Israelite bullshit.
If you listen to that, it was on point.
Well, I'm talking about a Christmas movie. The response I want on your soundboard is, "This guy, I was blown away with fun."
All right. Oh boy.
That I'm going to bring to the stage. He is local. He is fun. I remember meeting him and being blown away by his humor. Please, one moment.
Even better, actually.
Yeah. As I look at my notes. Put your hands together, everyone, for the gentleman who created the Blind Mike.
Oh, God.
Very good show. Chris Akone, everyone.
And I got to say, also, what an honor.
I know.
The room must have said, "Oh, I didn't realize we were among royalty tonight."
So well, she had to read it.
The man who created not just the Blind Mike project. This is the guy that created Very Good Show also? He did both those?
That's me.
Jesus Christ.
No, it was so that was better than the last time she brought me on stage.
Yeah.
The way she brought me on stage the last time I did stand up with her was she goes, "This next guy is single and ready to mingle." Hands together for Craig Akone. She got my name right. I went up. My whole first part was about being married with kids.
This guy cheats on his wife. It's Craig Akone.
That was the one and only time she's ever fucked my name up, and I went, "It's great." She said I created the Blind Mike project. She fucked my name up. She just fucking did all this shit.
That's like, it's kind of like when you find out like Adam McKay also did The Big Short. People are like, well, we all know he created the Blind Mike project. Everybody knows that. He also does Very Good Show. That's him.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that was my fun night last night.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. I got home. My wife wanted to watch the footage. And I said no because about 3 minutes of it was me trashing her mom.
Oh, good.
I'm like, you probably don't want to see it. It's bad. It's real terrible.
It was too. You won't like it. I was so nice to you. It was gross.
Yeah.
Oh well, we've had a lot of laughs here today, folks.
Oh yeah.
I hope we, kicked off your holiday season well.
Yeah,
We're gonna go to 2 tours. All right, enough fucking around, gearheads. Show 2 tours. They better stick around this time.
Wear your Craig of the Month shirt and order from 2 tours.
Yes.
That's what I always say.
And then, and that's pretty much it.
Listen, very good show this week.
Yeah. What's your plan? Do you have any big plan to blow up? Because, we mentioned the other day. Oh, and, go to patreon.com/Blind Mike. Go listen to I think Tuesday's episode was pretty funny as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I liked talking about not noticing that people were being racist to Alba. Me just whistling through the streets of Houston.
You should maybe think about start releasing more than 1 episode a week even.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, folks.
Sometimes it's rare, but sometimes we get in one of these conundrums when we're like, which one?
I actually liked both.
That's what I'm saying. This happens once in a while because sometimes we'll be like, that episode kind of sucked. And then we'll go to the next one. Like, we got to hit a home run on the next one.
Yeah, so go to patreon.com/Blind Mike and check that out as well. What was I going to say? I was leading somewhere with that.
That you love me and you appreciate me. And I was going to say thank you.
Nope, I don't think so.
I thought that was it.
Now I remember. Actually, that reminded me. People have been critical of you on Why Are You Laughing. Do you have a big plan to blow people away tomorrow?
What I would say is I got 0 of that from the Patrice episode.
That attaboy. Really working on his craft.
I mean,
no one gave me shit this time. I figured smooth sailing.
Well, because they're like, oh, Craig doesn't shut up. And I'm like, I know when I'm talking a lot, and that show is not the time I'm talking a lot. So,
right. Well, you'll be talking plenty. It's
just me and you.
I'm trying to think. So we got Mitzi Shore, and then Lenny Bruce, and then it's going to be just me, you, and Matt for a few episodes.
Yep, the Mitzi
with
Shore
Anthony DeVito on one.
The Mitzi Shore episode, which will be out Thursday, is very good. And then the Lenny Bruce one might be my favorite episode that we've done in general.
The Lenny Bruce one I think is great because we didn't know. I obviously knew who Lenny Bruce was and everything.
Yeah,
I didn't know almost anything about his life, like his actual life.
I knew he was
fascinating.
Yeah, I knew he was like a crusader. He got arrested for performing and stuff, but the fill-in and the juices in between that stuff, I had no idea.
Yeah, right. So make sure you guys check those out. 5-star reviews everywhere, whatever. As always, rock on.
I hope to hear from you soon. Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always, rock on.